got the strength, you got the power. It's right there within you.
We have been looking at a very fundamental and very important uh, visionary posture, which is you are a winner. It's a mindset in itself, it's a visionary posture in itself, like I have explained in the previous episodes. And if you haven't watched those episodes, I will say please go back and watch those episodes because you are gonna uh, learn everything that we've been going through as we go through this powerful, fundamental fundamental concept of us being winners. The main emphasis is that you are not born to win, you are born as a winner. And this should be your mindset as you move forward. In the last episode, we look at the mindset that you as a winner, you operate in proactivity circle. We look at it, and what that means is you must be proactive, you must be ready to take responsibility. Now, with this mindset comes another vital mindset which we'll be looking at today, which is abundance mindset. Winners have abundance mindset. That is very important. And what this means is that as a winner, you believe that there is plenty, there is abundance out there for everyone. This is very important, and we are going to be going through this today. And I'm sure that you will get a lot of valuable principle here because what we are looking at are powerful, fundamental, timeless principles. Like I've been saying through this series, these principles have been in place. They have been at work, and they will continue to be at work. There is no shortcut to greatness. There is no shortcut to success. There is no shortcut to making it here on earth. There is a principle, and once you follow the principle, once you follow the natural law, you are going to get the result. Abundance mindset is a mindset that you must have. You may not be born with it. I was not born with it. I can tell you my stories, stories upon stories, where I had lived the opposite of abundance mindset. And what is that opposite? The opposite is scarcity mindset. And I'm going to be going over different differences to compare abundance mindset and scarcity mindset. And at the end, I will discuss how I believe you can change, you can transition from someone with a scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. The reason why this transition is important is because you as a winner are loaded with greatness, and you are loaded with things that are of abundance mindset. But because of environmental factors and because of what we learn through human culture, that resources are scarce, that there isn't enough out there for everybody, we begin to think as if we all must compete with one another. Whereas we really don't need to compete. You don't need to fight anyone. You just need to have the right mindset, and you will see that there is plenty out there for everyone. And I can tell you stories upon stories from my own experience and from experience of people close to me, from experience of people I had worked with, which shows that there is plenty out there for everyone. So the first thing I want you to see is that people with abundance mindset, they are optimistic about the future. Why? Because they are winners. They know that there is no other option for them than to succeed. There is no other option for them than to win. No matter what is happening in their environment, they are not reacting to that. They are simply responding in the right ways to have the right resources. But someone with a scarcity mindset will be pessimistic about the future. Also, because this thing is a process, people with abundance mindsets trust the growth process. They are not in a hurry. But anyone with a scarcity mindset hate the growth process. Such people want shortcuts. They want a get rich quick scheme. They just want to get it now and get it now. Whereas it takes time to grow, it takes time to develop, it takes time to develop character. Also, people with abundance mindset think big. They think big about the future. They don't make small plan. They make big plan because they know that they are loaded with greatness, and they are loaded with ability to get this thing that they are imagining, they have the vision about. Whereas people with scarcity mindset think small. They just want a little. They just want to get by. Also, people with abundance mindset, no matter what is happening in their environment, they see opportunities. They see opportunities in everything, no matter the challenge, no matter the trouble. Particularly as we are going through a very serious challenge on earth now, they see opportunity. They are not complaining. But people with scarcity mindset see trouble, they see problems. Everywhere they look, they see problem and they don't see a way out of this problem. And like I said at the beginning, these people, they are not bad people. Like I'll be saying, everyone is born with this greatness. Everyone is born as winners. But environment sometimes program us to think that we are not winners, to think that we are just competing and we are struggling and competing with one another. So anybody can transition from the scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. So let me continue. Those who have abundance mindset are people who always compliment and appreciate others. From within them, they just have reasons, they see reasons, they see goodness in others and they can compliment others, they appreciate others. But people with scarcity mindset always criticize and they always look for fault in others. Those with abundance mindset always are ready to share whatever they have. These are people of love. These are people who are always ready to give. But people with scarcity mindset, they don't want to share. They want to hold on tight to whatever they have because they think there is nothing more. If they use what they have, nothing will be left for them to use tomorrow. Whereas those with abundance mindset, they are ready to share. They always give. They share knowledge. They share material. They share everything they have. Those with abundance mindset, they give without expecting anything back. They give abundantly without expecting anything back. They give you. They love you unconditionally. But people with scarcity mindset, they operate a transactional relationship. They operate a form of quid pro quo kind of relationship, that what is in there for me. Their approach is, what do you want to give to me? If there is nothing for me to get in it, I am not getting involved. This is not the right way to live. This is not the right mindset for you to have as a winner. Also, those with abundance mindset, they forgive easily. These people, they have a large heart. They easily forgive because they are winners. They don't have any fight or any competition with anyone. If there is any issue, they are ready to easily forgive. But people with scarcity mindset, they hold grudges. They find it hard and difficult and challenging to forgive. People with abundance mindset see a half full glass. When there is trouble, they see half full glass. They see that there is a way to look at the situation and be able to solve the problem. Whereas people with scarcity mindset, they see half empty glass. They have the mindset that there is problem and they keep magnifying the problem. People with abundance mindset, they utilize what they have. They proactively use their resources and they use what is available at their disposal to get great things done for themselves and for people around them. Whereas people with scarcity mindset, they focus on what they don't have. They focus on circumstances that they cannot control. It's like focusing on the effect of weather. You can't control weather. You cannot control the temperature out there. But you can focus on things that you can control. You can control your own environment and you can make use of what you have. People with abundance mindset, they don't worry about competition. They don't worry that somebody who is setting up another business that is close to what they are doing is coming beside them to set up his or her own business. They are not worried about that competition. They focus on doing their best. They are not even competing with anybody. And I can tell you a personal story in this regard, because as a teenager, I learned this principle that I should not be competing with anyone. I should compete with myself. So I set a very high bar, a very high standard for myself, which is beyond what was among what was happening in my environment. That this is the high standard that I want to achieve in my endeavors, and I was competing with myself. People with scarcity mindset, they worry about competition with other people. If people with abundance mindset, they take responsibilities and they don't blame others for their situation, whereas people with scarcity mindset, they blame others for their situation, they blame others for their circumstances, they find someone to blame, they always look for a scapegoat in their situation. Those with abundance mindset, they embrace change. They know that change is one of the most constant thing here on earth. Change will always happen. But those with scarcity mindset, they hate change. They just don't want change to come. They want everything to remain the way they are, even if it's not working out well for them. Those with abundance mindset, they always emit joy. They have this joy being released and happiness coming from them, and you want to be around them. Whereas those with scarcity mindset, they emit anger and frustration all the time. People with abundance mindset, they want others to succeed. They desire for you to succeed. They look for resources, they look for anything they can do to help you to succeed. Whereas those with scarcity mindset, they it's as if they secretly expect others to fail. Actually, I can go on and on to compare and contrast the mindset of abundance and mindset of scarcity, but I think I've said enough to show you the difference between someone with a scarcity mindset and someone with an abundance mindset. And my message for you here today is that you as a winner, you have abundance mindset. But you have this question for me, that what if with everything I've said, that I call you a winner, you actually think to yourself that you see yourself operating with this scarcity mindset? What should you do? And I will tell you what I did in order to transition from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. But I must warn you from the beginning that this is not a quick fix. This is not a shortcut that you wake up tomorrow and you realize that, oh, you become someone with an abundance mindset and you are thinking in all this greatness and positive and love and forgiveness and great things towards others. No, it takes time. It takes time to change, because this mindset of scarcity is something that you have had for years and you've been operating in it without even knowing. So the process of change to abundance mindset will also take time, but it begins with this realization you are having now, that there's a difference between abundance mindset and scarcity mindset. That's the first place to begin, that you know. Then you ask yourself, what do I truly want? Do I want to remain as someone with a scarcity mindset, or I want to transition to someone with an abundance mindset? If your answer is yes, that you want to transition, then that is the beginning of the process, because that self-awareness will now make you to take the step, just like we discussed in the previous episode, that the self-awareness is the first thing, that you look at yourself, you realize, I do not like this mindset that I have. I do not like this scarcity mindset. Then that make you to make that decision, the choice to change. Then self-modulation will take place. That adjustment, that self-control, that decision that you make within yourself, that instead of thinking small, I'm gonna think big. And it begins with your relationship. You make a promise to yourself, you make a promise to others, you fulfill it. You don't hang around negativism. You don't hang around negative communication, negative conversation. When people are discussing how the economy will go down, when people are discussing how things will go out of order, how they will fail their exam, how they will not do well, how businesses are not going to do well, you will not participate in that discussion. You will be optimistic. But you will not just be optimistic in a vacuum. You are going to take action to bring that optimism to reality. Now, when you see reason to assist others to succeed in whatever they are doing, even if you feel like not helping, you make a conscious effort to help. Because that is when you begin to exercise. Because it's like when you do workout and when you are trying to strengthen a muscle, it takes exercising the muscle. So sometimes you don't even want to do the exercise. You don't want to go out to jog. You don't want to go out to run. But because you make up your mind that I must do this thing, then you do it. So this is the same approach, that you see a friend or somebody, you may not even know the person who needs your help, and you don't feel like helping because you think the resources is scarce. You step out. You give whatever you can provide for the person to help. If you are a student, you have the material that is needed for an exam. and your friend does not have it, share it with the person. Study together. Provide assistance for others. If you have some resources, financial resources, and you want to help those who are in need, don't say, I don't know what will happen tomorrow to me if I help. Take that step and help. So this is how you begin the process. You begin the process of sharing what you have. You begin the process of forgiving. You begin the process of desiring others to succeed. Even when you feel like, I don't want them to succeed because they may be competing with me, you hold that thought back. You begin to change the thought in your mind, because change of life is a change of, begins with a change of thought. And I want you to write that down. The change of my life begins with a change of my thought. The change of my life begins with a change of my thought. Because everything we have discussed here today about the difference between abundance mindset and scarcity mindset begins with your mind, begins with your thinking, begins with your thought. I want to end with this quote for you. The change of your life to transition from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset begins with the thinking, begins with the thought. And I want you to end with that. So we are going to continue in the next episode with the next attribute, the next attitude of winners. And I want you to go and act on everything you have learned here today. And if you have gotten any value from this episode today, give us a thumbs up and share this with your friend and anybody that you know, so that they too can benefit. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel. So thank you very much.
You got the strength, you got the power.